Well, I'm Dave Kleiss, Mayor of the City of St. Cloud, Minnesota, and thanks for being here. As you know, the tragic events that took place at the Crossroads Mall on Saturday night, and since then it has been certainly a trying time for a community. The events that took place that night, an individual who clearly bent on evil, and the victims, the 9 victims that were stabbed. I'm happy to report that all 9 of those individuals have been released from the hospital. 3 were admitted as of yesterday at 7 a.m. All of them have now been released. But it's not only the victims that were stabbed, it's also the victims that had to witness, the victims that were in the mall. It's a Saturday night, individuals who, and the children who were in the mall that had to witness that, employees, but also the victims of a community that is strong, a community that has been united, and I can tell you, in the events of what took place on Saturday night, and the outpouring of support that I have witnessed, a community that clearly has that resolve and that strength and commitment. Clearly have witnessed that in the last few days, and the response that took place that night. Law enforcement, that connection and that community commitment was tremendous. The folks that our St. Cloud Police Department, the police departments of throughout the entire region, Sheriff's Office, Fire, EMS, ambulance, mall security, all of the folks working collaboratively, the BCA, that has been a tremendous response. And again, reiterating the tremendous respect and admiration I have for the off-duty Avon police officer who took down the attacker in the mall and clearly saved additional people from injury and potentially death. Today, we had an opportunity, and I want to thank Governor Dayton for being here today. We have had a tremendous amount of collaboration and coordination from the state and public safety, and we have been assured the resources, and we've had those resources, and we appreciate that collaborative effort in helping with the public safety aspect of this, and appreciate the governor's presence here. I'm going to turn it over to the governor, but that collaboration and connection is important, and it's important not only for the investigation going forward, which is the most important aspect right now, to make sure that we have all the information and we have it in a timely manner, and so that that information can be out to folks, but also to make sure that we can get back to the normalcy that an individual, oftentimes with the intention to create an atmosphere of not having that normal aspect, to actually have that happen. So I want to turn it over to Governor Mark Dayton.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I'm here with Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith, and we're here to express to the mayor, to local law enforcement officials, and to the citizens of St. Cloud our deep concern for what occurred on Saturday night, and our desire to do whatever we possibly can to assist in this community's recovering from that, and coming together even more unified and stronger than ever before. I should say that President Obama called me this morning at about 9:30 Central Time and expressed his strong concern for what had happened. He had been told and offered whatever assistance we would need from anybody in the federal government, which we will take advantage of in the days ahead as needed. He had been briefed and was told, and he commented on as the mayor said, the excellent cooperation that has gone on in collaboration with the federal and state and local law enforcement officials. Very impressed with that. And he also asked me to convey to the law enforcement officer who saved, as the mayor said, probably saved other lives, his deep appreciation for his heroism that had that result. And the mayor emphasized in the meeting all the work that has been done previously, fortunately to the great credit of the leaders of St. Cloud, to bring people together, to unite people together, and that was going to be a renewed emphasis in the days that will follow, which I think is critically important. I implore the citizens of St. Cloud and really citizens throughout Minnesota to rise above this tragic incident and to remember our common humanity, our shared citizenship, and our shared desires to live together peacefully and constructively for the benefit of ourselves and our families and our communities. And I think this will be a critical time hereafter. I've offered to come up and do whatever I possibly can to assist that or support that, and will certainly be available to do so. But again, I commend your chief of police and your first responders. From all accounts, including the mayor's, has just been outstanding with the rapidity of the response Saturday night and the way in which all have worked so well together. The training that St. Cloud has provided for its law enforcement officials and really paid off on Saturday night in a crisis, and we all owe the chief and all of the law enforcement officers in St. Cloud who responded, I guess from other communities as well, our gratitude for their responses, which saved lives. So that will respond to any questions. The mayor asks that you please don't ask the same questions that he's been asked 1,000 times before, but to respond.
Well, as I've stated, right now, we have not uncovered anything that would suggest there's a nexus between those events. We are working in conjunction with the FBI because they can better determine that than we. If that changes, we will be transparent about that and we will get that information out. But as I talk to you today, we haven't uncovered anything that would suggest anything other than it was a lone attacker at this point.
Chief, what have you found, if anything, in relation to ties to potential terrorism, any evidence that was found in the apartment on his electronic devices, anything like that?
Nothing so far, but we are in the beginning stages of this investigation. And so right now what we are doing is trying to find out as much as we possibly can about that individual. The directive I gave my staff was that I want to know everything about this individual since the day he was born until last Saturday.
To be clear, you have found no evidence of any ties to terrorism or any communications with people who are terrorist sympathizers?
As I talk to you today, we have not uncovered anything that would suggest anything other than it was a lone attacker. If that changes, we will be transparent about it.
Is there anything you can tell us more about the stabbing suspect? Anything new that can be?
Nothing right now. Again, this is an active investigation with a lot of moving parts, and we are as anxious to provide you with information as you are to have it, but we won't compromise the investigation to do that. What we will do is when we do have something that we can release, we will be expeditious about that.
ISIS put out a statement that said that he is a soldier, or was a soldier of their movement.
I saw that.
And you haven't turned up any reason for them to say that so far.
Well, I can't think of a reason for most of what ISIS does, to be honest with you. But as we talk today, I don't have anything to make that connection. And if and when we find something, we'll share that with you.
Chief, I know there have been some worries among some people in the community about retaliation after this attack. Have you received any reports or any threats of that since Saturday night?
We spoke with our East African community, some of the elders and some community members yesterday after our afternoon press conference, and they did express their concerns and their fears. And as sad as that is, it didn't surprise me. But, you know, what I know about St. Cloud is this. No matter who fearmongers, yells racial epithets, or has myopic ideas about people who are different. It is not representative of this community at large. A lot of fine, hardworking people here, and we're going to do our level best to make sure that our entire community, not just our East African population, there are other groups that live here in St. Cloud that weren't born here. And our job is to make sure that they all get the same level of professionalism and safety. And that's a matter of course for us, and that won't change.
Maybe we could ask the leader of the faith community to talk about what you're doing, the faith community here